Coach Pratt here. I do a lot of player development for the Minnesota Heat. We're just going to go through some basic ball handling and footwork drills that you can do at home. Obviously with the coronavirus situation, gyms are limited if not canceled altogether. So like I said, this is going to be stuff that you can do in your basement, kitchen, living room, garage, wherever you need to at home. So you'll need about maybe 5-10 feet of space around you. And we're going to get started here pretty quick with some basic stuff. And then we'll slowly progress on to some more complicated ball handling things that will incorporate some footwork too. All right, without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Going to start really simple here. Just going to do one hand pound dribbles. What I want you to focus on to make this a little more challenging is try to hit the same spot on the ground the whole time and try to have the same tempo. So when you're dribbling, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 1, 1, 1. The same beat. So the ball is the beat. Your dribble's the dance to the beat. All right, here we go with our right hand. I'm going to go 30 seconds on, 15 seconds of rest in between. Ready, set, go. All right, now switching over to the left hand, same thing. One thing I forgot to mention, try to keep this pound dribble inside of your foot. So if you're dribbling with your left hand, try to keep it just a little bit on the inside of the left. We'll go over some options on the outside later on. Left hand, here we go. Progress along, add some change of direction things with this, so crossovers between the legs, behind the backs, in and outs, things of that nature. So what we're going to do here is going to go 2 pound dribbles on our right side, cross over to our left, 2 pound dribbles on our left. Going to repeat that for 30 seconds, then 15-second rest before the next one. All right, let's get it. Now it's going to be 2 pound dribbles right, between your left leg, 2 pound dribbles with your left hand, between your right leg. 30 seconds on, 15-second rest. Ready? Go. Last progression of this one, going behind the back, 2 pound dribbles right, behind your back, 2 pound dribbles left hand, behind your back, repeat again. 30 seconds on, 15 seconds rest. Ready? Let's go. Now we're going to mix them all together. So you're going to go 2 pound dribbles right, cross to your left, 2 pound dribbles left, between your right, 2 pound dribbles behind. Just going to repeat cross, between, behind with those 2 pound dribbles in between. Looks something like this. One thing you guys can do, I'm not going to demonstrate it, but you can do those same drills just with 1 pound dribble in between, and then you can progress where it's just continuous with 0 pound dribbles in between. So you can start going 1 cross, 1 cross, 1 cross, then go 1 pound, 1 between, 1 between, 1 between, 1 between, then 1 behind, 1 behind, 1 behind. Then you can do the same progression we did to finish, where you go 1 cross, 1 between, 1 behind, so on and so forth. Then you can progress with 0 in between. So just going non-stop crosses for about 30 seconds, 15-second rest. Non-stop between for 30 seconds with 15-second rest in between. Non-stop behind for 30 seconds with 15 seconds in between. Lastly, then you can add them together where it's cross, between, behind, cross, between, behind, cross, between, behind. So everything we did with 2 pound dribbles in between, you can do the same with 1 pound dribble in between, or 0 pound dribbles just going right into those change of direction moves right away. Now we're going to work on more in and out dribbles, so really focus on turning your hand on the other side of the basketball. So if it's in your right hand, you're going to turn your hand to the inside of the ball and push it out away from your body towards your hip pocket over here. So continuously, you're just going right hand like we do with pound dribbles non-stop. We're going non-stop in and outs. Same concept. Try to hit the same spot on the ground the whole time. Have the same tempo and beat and rhythm with your dribble the whole time too. As long as your hand stays on the side, in front or behind the basketball, it's not a carry. Make sure we don't go like this. Just quick snap, quick snap, quick snap, right to left, right to left, right to left with your hand. Turning that basketball the whole time, trying to hit that same spot on the ground. So again, same stuff as before, 30 seconds on, 15-second rest. We're gonna go right hand for 30, then left hand for 30. Let's get it. Now left hand. Same spot on the ground, same tempo. Try to have the ball hit just inside your foot. All right, same thing we did with the pound dribbles. Now we're going in and out to our cross, in and out to our cross repetitively here. In, out, cross, in, out, cross, in, out, cross. Now we're gonna go same thing with the between the legs off the in and out, 30 seconds on, 15-second rest, just like everything we do here. Next one, in and out to the behind the back. Repetitively, 30 seconds on, 15-second rest. Here we go. Don't worry about speed so much on this one. Just worry about a consistent tempo. Executing that in and out to the behind the back. It's a little tougher than the other ones. And again, same thing we did with the pound dribble. Now we're gonna add them all together. So it's gonna be in and out cross, in and out between, in and out behind, repeat non-stop. 30 seconds on, 15-second rest. Ready? Let's go. All right, next progression, now we're gonna go windshield wipe dribbles. You all have probably done this at a basketball camp before. So just keeping the ball in front of you, kind of making a V shape with the basketball as you go side to side here. Really try to get some width on this, so when you go in, try to get it to the opposite side of your body. When you're on your way back out, try to get it up to this hip pocket here. One thing I don't want to make sure that you do not do when you go to this side, don't turn your shoulders too much. Let's just keep our shoulders squared to the defense, rock side to side with the basketball. That's how we're going to get our width on this, okay? It's going to go 30 seconds right hand, 15-second rest, and then 30-second left hand, 15-second rest before the next rep here. Ready? Go. Same thing as before, try to hit the same spot on the ground. Keep that same tempo with your dribble. Once this tempo gets easy, speed it up from there. Same thing left hand. Ready? Let's go. All right, now we're going to progress on here. You're going to go that windshield wipe dribble to a between the legs cross combo. Going to look something like this. In, out, between, cross. Keep repeating like this. You're only going in and out on your right hand, between your left, crossing to your right. In and out right, between your left, cross to your right. You're gonna go 30 seconds here. Try to get as many of these reps in as you can within 30 seconds. So one rep is in, out, between, cross, 1, 2, 3, 4. What you guys can do at home, do 2 rounds of these, try to beat your previous round score. That's how you know you're getting better in the garage. All right, 30 seconds on. Ready, set, go. right, same thing left hand. In, out, left, between your right, cross your left. 1, 2, 3. And anytime you're crossing over, that's the end of the rep, all right? 30 seconds on, 15-second rest. Ready? Go. Next progression, keeping with these windshield wipe dribbles or in and outs. Going windshield wipe, between, behind now instead of the crossover. So in, out, between, behind. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3, all right? 30 seconds right hand, then 15 seconds off, then 30 seconds left hand, 15 seconds off before our next rep here. Ready? Let's go. Seconds left hand now, 15 seconds off. Ready? Go. All right, last round with our windshield wipe dribbles. You're gonna go windshield wipe dribble in your right hand. Then you're going 3 combo moves, and this is gonna be freestyle. So you guys can go windshield wipe, cross, 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 and then you're doing the same thing with your left hand. Windshield wipe left, between, cross, between. So again, any 3 moves in between that, you're always getting to your opposite hand for that windshield wipe dribble. So quick example here, 30 seconds on, 15-second rest. You guys are gonna do 2 rounds of these. So make sure you just try to do as many different combos as you can with these 3 different combos. All right, here we go. Time. And again, do that for a second rep. I'm not going to do it myself. You guys can do it at home. Now we're going to work on manipulating the ball without actually carrying it. So we're going to work on our pocket dribbles. This is a good time for you guys to use it. If a defender's in close on you and they're going to go reach, you can pull the ball back to that pocket to protect it a little bit more. Or you can use it into your drop stance and get out and explode against the defender in front of you. Our pound dribbles, you guys are going to hit that same spot on the ground the entire time. Have the same tempo with your dribble the entire time. Once you get comfortable with that tempo, speed it up. Instead of the pound dribbles being 1, 2, 1, 2 on the ground with that tempo, our 1, 2 tempo here is going to be 1 on the ground, 2 in our pocket. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. At first, I know this is going to sound a little different, but it's okay for beginners to actually carry the ball, to work on getting it into their pocket. Obviously, that'll get called in the game, so eventually progress out of that where you're just simply doing the pocket dribble without carrying the basketball. So again, start off carrying if you need to. Eventually, obviously, progress because we don't want to be doing that in a game situation. All right. Last thing, make sure that pocket comes up and over your thigh into that true hip pocket. So 30 seconds on with your right, 15 seconds rest, 30 seconds with your left, and then 15-second rest before we get to our next progression here. Ready? Go. Really feel your elbow drive behind you towards the wall. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You notice how I'm kind of pulling from the front of the ball to get it to my pocket, pushing from behind the ball to get to my dribble. All right, 30 seconds with their left hand now. Ready? Go. right, next progression, we're gonna get our feet incorporated with our pocket dribble a little more now. So you guys maybe have heard of drop stance. It's pretty common in basketball. So when you're coming towards someone with a live dribble, and you drop your feet down to then explode out and attack. So if the ball's in your right hand, the biggest thing here is keeping width with your feet, not getting narrow, straight forward and straight back. With that said, if the ball's in your right hand, right foot's getting diagonal at a 45-degree angle, and your left opposite foot is getting back at a 45-degree angle. So I have this wide explosive base to explode out of with my next dribble attack move. So we're gonna do these with our pocket dribbles. Previously, we were just stationary like this. The only thing that's going to be different now is as we're pulling the ball to our pocket, my feet are getting into that drop stance. When I dribble to the ground, my feet are back to base. When I get to my pocket, then my feet split back to my drop stance. So look something like this. 30 seconds on with your right hand, right foot forward. Then we'll rest and do our left hand, left foot forward. Ready? Go. Feet together on the dribble, feet apart on the pocket. Same thing left hand. Ready? Go. I'll slow it down a little bit so you can see the separation with the feet and the dribble. Feet together on dribble, feet apart on the pocket. All right, building off that drop stance where our feet split on that dribble. Now we're gonna do drop throughs, which is just going through your legs with the drop stance. What's different here is versus the ball being in my right hand, right foot forward, because the ball is going to my left hand on a between the legs dribble, my left leg is actually going forward. So whatever hand finishes with the ball, that's the foot that's forward. Okay, so left hand, left foot. As I go through my right, right gets forward with my right hand. So you're gonna go 2 pound dribbles in between, then a drop through to your left, 2 pound dribbles with a drop through to your right. Gonna do that consecutively for 30 seconds here, then 15-second rest. Ready? Let's go. Next 30 seconds, you're gonna do this with 1 pound dribble in between, then your drop through. Ready? Here we go. Notice feet are always moving. Last 30 seconds, you're continually going drop throughs, no pound dribbles in between. This one's a little tougher, a little more of a conditioning component to this. All right, ready? Go. Sync your feet up with the dribble. Feet should hit same time as the dribble. All right, so building off the drop stance we did before where we went pound dribble into our pocket and drop, now we're gonna do 3 of those. After the third one, you're gonna go on the move into a 1 dribble stop move, and I'll explain what that is here in a second. So you're gonna go 1, 2, on that third, you're exploding off this back leg across your outside leg. Once we get to that point, you guys are gonna explode forward for step 1. Next step, step 2, you're gonna stop with some sort of behind the back, between the legs, or like snatch, crossover, pull back move, okay? So it'll look something like this. 3 drops into go and a stop move. 1, 2, 3 and go. Stop behind. Now you'll notice the ball's in your left hand. You're just gonna repeat the same thing going the opposite direction. So it's kind of like a V drill that you're just doing continuously for about a minute here, okay? So I'm gonna go back to my right hand. I'm gonna go back and forth a few times so you guys get a picture of what it looks like. Now obviously go a little bit harder than I am. I just don't want to slip on the ground right now, but you should be exploding out from that drop as fast as you can on those first 2 steps, coming to a dead stop with that last dribble move. So the last 2 things we're going to do here is moving laterally with your dribble. First one's going to be a skate, or some people call it a skip dribble, where with that on the dribble you're skating and moving to the opposite side with that dribble. Then the last one we're going to finish with was a shift dribble, where you're actually going opposite of the basketball. So if I go in between my right leg, I'm actually shifting out to my left side. All right. So first we're going to go through that skate. You're going to start with your outside hand, which is going to be my right here to start. You're going to do 3 crossovers just to build up with this. Once you get comfortable, you guys can do different moves into it, but for now let's just do 3 crossovers into our skate. So it's going to be 1, 2, step and skate with that cross. Immediately repeat over here, skate. You guys can do this with a between the legs, behind the back, in and out. All right, last series we're going to do here is a shift dribble. Instead of going the direction of the ball like we did with our skate, you go in the opposite direction of the ball. So if I go between my right, I'm skipping and shifting out to my left side. Again, you guys can do this continually, back and forth like this. Maybe if this is your first time doing it, use a dribble or 2 in between your shift dribble. So you could start something like 1 pound between your right and shift, 1 pound between your left and shift. It's kind of the way to go for beginners. Once you get more progressive and more difficult with this, just continually do it side to side with your shift, maybe for the high school, college guys. Shift, 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 shift. Really try to cover as much ground laterally as you can with these. Good luck, guys.